Oh my god, Thino, you want to know what happened? First of all, thank you for coming in and welcome in. I did hydrate, I drank some milk. You want to know what happened? OBS sometimes will randomly change my default mic, and it just decided I didn't have a mic, and now here we are. Also, sorry for Automod hitting you with the 7. I can't. It was scared. It was scared of the 7. Also, hi Aqua, how you doing? Sorry about that, y'all. Oh my god. OBS is like, we updated and we killed you. Like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did to deserve this. But yeah, it's good seeing you. Welcome back. Okay. Alright. I really do want these, like, eyeballs. This is a lot of special effects on this page, to be honest, so I'm not really worried about it. Nice, looks good. Oh no! Well, I mean, if you want to tell terrible news, we can follow it up with some good news. I always do bad news first, then good news. My bad news is that somehow I bit my tongue. Don't know what I did. Apparently in the middle of the night, I decided that it was, like, time. No clue. Gosh, that's pretty. Okay, I just used the fog. I did make a new cloud brush, though. I wonder if it's a good one. I'm gonna try... Well, let me do the light. I'm gonna do light yellow. Oh my god, 13 original works. You're doing it. Okay, but that's great, though. It is hard, though. I understand. It's hard because then now all of a sudden it's like, okay, now what am I gonna do with these things? Like, I feel the same way about my, like, fine art. I'm like, I made these things, and I'm happy that I made these things, but now what do I do with them? Like, how do I get people to take them so that I don't have to have them anymore? But also, good job setting up that Patreon. It is that's a hard task. Oh, ew. Hold on. Nah, scattering is fine. I'm gonna actually turn color dynamics off in this case. Yeah. I'm gonna use this just a little bit here. There we go. Just to give it some fog. And then we're gonna go with a little bit of that foggy in white in the front. I'm gonna reduce the opacity on this just a little bit. I buy them all! You're like, it's me! I do appreciate that though, Agua. No, for real, getting rid of fine art is super hard. Speaking of that though, actually, and getting rid of all the shit that I own, I'm moving obviously, and now everything on my Etsy is actually 50% off. So if anybody wants anything, it'll be legitimately the last stuff that I sell. And as soon as I move, everything's going into storage. So, like, if you want it, speak now or forever hold your peace. That is kind of the situation here. Where is my... What am I looking at here? There it is. It's linear light. This is the one that I want. I need to get rid of some of these brushes, to be honest. Oh yeah, you're good, Dino. You take your time. Enjoy your dinner. We'll be here. But in real life, you'd be on your knees. I chugged coffee. Why am I eepy? Oh no, the coffee betrayed you. I'm so sorry, Blades. Oh no. Welcome in though. Oh, it's a mood though. I'll have to talk to Thino more about their work once they get back. If you're gonna buy any books, let me know for those of you in the chat, because some of them are over at a bookstore right now, and I won't have access to them until what am I looking for? Until the end of May, so my inventory may be slightly not accurate. So let me know. In real life, you'd be on your knees, begging and pleading. So one part of me, yeah, you want it. Chrissy's such a vibe. Oh my god. Place you want it. Okay, but this is a sick panel, though. Wait a second. Actually, wait a second. I'm kind of cooking. Take it. Mama, cause I'm doing amazing. Okay, cool. Okay, that slaps. I can just be finishing my morning routine and then Dino gets called for dinner, right? Yeah, most of the people in here are actually from Europe. Europe or Africa. So it ends up being a whole thing. Or let's check it out. Let's check it out. Oh, but this design's really cute. I love this. That's awesome. I like the color scheme. Is this the Kirby-inspired character that you were talking about? It looks really good. Okay, now I gotta go back over here. Yeah, honestly, I'm like, this is legit. This would be good for merch. Like a sticker? That'd be sick. Okay, so I can get rid of this. I don't need this anymore. Bye. I also need to open up a page that, let's see, that has actual wall in it. I'm gonna do this one. His name is Licorice. I love that. Licorice is a great name for a character, though. Okay, I'm gonna start with the characters. You know what? Yeah, that moment when, you forget to erase a single line in here and it's gonna bother you for the rest of your life. We're alright. Oh, there's another one, too. I missed just right in here. Oof! I am doing Art Fight. I'm not going to be taking Art Fight very seriously. I'm going to be trolling people during Art Fight, so you have been warned. I'm not going to say what I'm going to do, and they'll still be good pieces of art at the end of the day, but they are definitely going to be very silly. And not serious art fight pieces, just because I'm going to be packing and getting ready to move. But yes. If you're looking for any kind of work from me that is more serious, the best way to get it is to actually review one of my books. I give commissions away to people who review my books on Goodreads or on Amazon. Where is this line? Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. What even? I don't know how that ended up on that layer. Oh my god. That is funny, though. That is silly. Yeah, that was not what I wanted. I was like, I don't understand. Okay, we're all right. What's your username? Oh, let me go grab my art fight thing. It should be Tycho Dorian. It is, I believe, the same. No. Thank you. Okay, it's actually being a little weenie. Yep, it should just be Tycho _ Dorian. I went to go double check because otherwise I will be lost. I'll get lost. But boop, there's my linky. Okay, there's so much going on. I'm gonna need to open up the concept art for all of these characters because I don't remember where the white goes. Let's see, we got these guys, this guy. Esau has white. And then his shoes are white, but nothing else is white. Crab Girl! Crab Girl. And then that guy's just white. But we can't see him. He's not on panel. Okay, so that's all the white that there is. I think. I'm going to go ahead and, for the sake of ease, just turn that off so that I have access to my colors here. Oh, thanks for the follow here. Let me follow you back. Boop. Yeah, nice. It's going to be fun this year. Because yeah, I think that's in July. It'll be okay. I have to just remember that I'm not going to die. Oh, wait. What is the way? Why am I like this? I just legit just straight forgot to erase all of the fingers. I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know who I am. I think I was dying when I was working on this page, to be quite honest. I think it was like game over for me over here. I was scared and confused. I understand. I know what happens to me here. Yeah, last year I did some more like serious art fight art, but last year I also didn't know I was going to move to Canada, so there is that. But I'll be back to my regularly scheduled art fight schedule, I think, after that. Because then I'm going to be in Canada for like 3 years. And I'll have some time. I'm very excited to not be here no more. Okay, stick. I'm just going to handle everybody on their own, I think, and that's just going to be okay. Is this the same color? It is. Thankfully, at least Wukong is consistent. Okay, so let me get going on the building back here. I'll have to do the background as well, but that's okay. I guess that's the color of the fence. I'm like, I don't know. Fence? Question mark? Unfortunately, I'm realizing that I don't have... Oh, I guess there's the dumpster. But... Oh yeah, I just made the dumpster all the same color. I'm not even going to worry about it, to be honest. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay, this guy's not on panel. I'm gonna go with this dude. We're gonna start with this guy. That's the headphone. There's so much going on. There are so many people on this panel. Oh my god. Like, I love this, but oh, sweet lord. Oh my god. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing good today. I am trying my best to not freak out about the fact that my backer kit is launching tomorrow, so I'm a little nervous about it, but that's okay. Actually, let me make sure. No, it does. Yeah, that's actually exactly how that works. I think the shoes are black. Are they black? Yeah. Oh, fun. Weevils are cool. References are good, though. They are important. Oh, I think this is actually the same color. I don't have to worry about that. Out of my head, of my heart, and my mind. Out of my head, of my heart, and my mind. Alright, cool. Okay, let's go with this lady. We're gonna do her first. Welcome back, Thina. Welcome back. Oh, I wanted to tell you, congrats on getting all of those projects into the planning stages. That's a lot of work. I'm currently also in the middle of a bunch of stuff myself. But yeah, for those who have not been in the stream in a while, if you're interested, my, let me see here. Let me get to the right page. My big thing that I've got going on right now is that I have a backer kit that's launching tomorrow. We're doing a special stream tomorrow, drawing one of the characters from the book. If you want to come in and hang out, so I won't be working on comics tomorrow, but it's for my brand new special edition omnibus of both books in my Court of Snakes series. It's a complete series, and this thing is crazy. It's my favorite book that I've ever made in my whole life. I'm very proud of it. It's got a special edition foil dust jacket with an exclusive cover. It's got a, oh my god, if I can get this thing to go. I won't show off the case too intensely, but it's got a special case illustration. And most importantly, the thing that I find the coolest about this is that this thing has full color illustrations in it for the first time and sprayed edges. So all in all, I am very happy with the way that this book looks. And you can sign up for the backer kit if you want to. It's free to drop your email in. If you guys look at the backer kit page, most likely you'll have a little box here to put your email in for when it launches tomorrow. But if you're interested, it's a YA political dystopian fantasy with tarot card magic and LGBTQ plus representation. Taryn is Ace Arrow as a main character. Slow burn romance, no crazy romance. Yeah, lots of tarot card magic. If you're really pissed off at how the United States is right now, this is a good book for you. This is my I hate the US government and I'm fleeing to Canada book, so. But I got lots of rewards. There's exclusive teas. There's holographic prints. You can learn all about the characters, the story, what the book itself is, all of that. What stretch goals are there. All that good stuff. It looks like this image decided to like die, but yeah, I've got lots of stuff going on. But you can sign up for this, or you can even back it early. It's already 60% funded, and it hasn't even launched yet, which is insane. So thank you to all of my early backers and early supporters for that one. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I'm very excited to get it out. And I've been working on this series since like the first version of book 1 I published in 2016, I think, 2015. So it's been something that's been kind of sitting for a long time. Been waiting for it to get done, so I'm very excited about it. If you want to back it now, let me know. And the money will not come out of your account until June 30th. Yeah, that's going to be the end of the Kickstarter, so you got some time if that's something that you're interested in. No pressure, though. Oh! Adobe, please don't crash. You good? Whew! Wow, it just gave me an error report, and it was like an error occurred, and I really thought that it was actually going to close and crash the program, but surprisingly, it did not. Crazy. Nuts how that works sometimes. That was crazy. Okay, I'll have to do her overall stuff. Let's see, we got Crab Girl. Gameoverse messed that up for me for life. By the way, I'm never going to be able to not look at this character and go, "Hi, I'm Crab Girl." That's going to be it for the rest of forever. Aaron Hansen ruined my life. All right. Welcome back. And thank you so much, Thino. I really do appreciate that. It's all about the right printer, truly. I went through Book Vault is the printer. They're from the UK. But yeah, all I did was set up my own files, and you know, I did all the art for the outside and everything. All of the stuff is mine, and they're the first like on-demand, print-on-demand printer that gives you the ability to do that kind of stuff. So I'm very glad that they like somebody decided that they were going to actually, you know, make a printer that we can use to make print-on-demand special editions. It's really, really cool. But I plan on making special editions for the rest of my books, like all of my books that I'm going to publish into the future. I have another book that's going to be coming out in the fall called Mirror Gaze that is also going to have a special edition for it as well. It's going to be a much shorter book, though. This Court of Snakes one is my big boy for the year. And then next year is the first year that my publishing house is going to be publishing books, whether my own or for others. So that also is pretty exciting and also low-key terrifying. I'm doing the final pass of editing on Fatal Mechanisms, and I think, personally, it is very, very good. I really like it a lot, anyway. See, I think this is Nanook's leg. There you go, buddy. And then Tiger. Where the hell is he? This was actually not the worst. This could have been significantly worse in terms of how this was laid down. There we go. But yeah, I try my best to never gatekeep publishers. They're the least expensive special edition publisher that I found. But if you back the project early, there is a like early bird tier where you can get the special edition for 20% off, so it's $50 instead of $60. But I also am selling regular paperbacks. There's digital tiers, all that good stuff. And of course, if you can't back it, that's totally fine. A share to people who might be interested is always helpful and very appreciated. This is in a weird perspective. Here we go. Oh, well, actually, I'm full of lies. I'm the one who tells lies. Hi, Gabriel. How you doing? Welcome in. I actually needed to rotate this. Yes, I have had anti-ends. Like the pretzels? Yeah. I do like one of those on occasion. It's been a minute, though. I am a fan of the cheese sauce. I understand what happened. Boop. Oh my god, there was one in your dream. They're bringing you the pretzels. The pretzels are coming for you. Better watch out. That's crazy. Maybe it's a sign that you will have abundance. The pretzels are a good symbol. Okay, and then let me open up one last thing. Not sets, I need signage. This one. And then I don't have to worry about... Where is the wall? This is actually quite a large thing here. That'll do. Nice. I'm gonna do the special effects last, so that way I don't have to suffer. I unfortunately have not had good dreams in a hot minute. I would pay a lot of money to have a decent, good dream, actually. That'd be pretty cool. You know what? I'm not worried about it. I was like, these lines are not exactly where I want them to be. That's okay. Nobody's gonna know. I don't know why I didn't erase these out when I was working on this. I think I was going at the speed of sound trying to get these panels done, and I was like screaming. I'm gonna go ahead and get her done first before I do anything else. And then I'll move on to Wukong in the back. Had the stents? Stents removed from my nose yesterday. Cool. Hopefully it feels better, though. That can be the worst part, to be honest. Getting those kinds of things out is never fun. But it sounds like you took it like a champ. Oh god. Let's see. Oh, my favorite genre is high fantasy, to be honest. But all of those are fun. I definitely won't say no to a good rom-com. Those are some good genres. The ones that I read the least are romanticities, though. I think I'm gonna make a call here. I'm making a call. Because otherwise, if I don't do this, this is not gonna look right. Don't tell anybody. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. Oh my god, that's good. That's good. Yeah, romantasy. I've read some really bad romantasies in my lifetime, even if they're not like Japanese inspired or like manga inspired romantasies. Like, just overall as a genre, I've been scarred. The last one that I read was literally so bad and like so homophobic that I had to like legit finish hate reading it and then leave a really horrible review. I have been traumatized. So bad. Holy shit. I'm gonna think about that thing until the day I die. But I also am just like not a huge fan of romance in general. I recognize that that's because I myself am a demisexual person, and I find a lot of romantasy is literally just like, let's go full sex 24/7 all the time. And that is just not my vibe. Trying to find a girl my friend wouldn't want to smash. Oh, and smash or pass. Oh god, every girl in the world is beautiful in her own way, and therefore worthy of the smash. That is very kind. That is indeed truly a kind way to put it. I don't know. There might be some people that aren't smash worthy, though. I'm gonna kindly counter that with, like, Kristi Noem. That's all I'm gonna say. I won't elaborate. Actually, yes, I will. That lady shot a dog. That's one of those things where I'm like, you are now, congrats, you are completely unredeemable as a human being. I like the optimism, though. I recognize I'm so demi that when I play that game, I have to play date or pass because like my first thought is never to smash. My first thought is never smash. Christy, who she was our former Secretary of Homeland Security. She got quote fired, and by fired I mean sent to like a bougie, cushy South America made up Shield of the Americas ass job. She's a horrible fucking person that resulted in the death of 2 innocent US civilians. She also embezzled $200 million out of the United States, probably, allegedly, I will say, to pay for a $200 million commercial. For context, $200 million is what Disney spends on average for their 3D animated films. Frozen was $200 million to produce. So yeah, there's a point being, my point is truly is there are a lot of hateful ass women in the world that I do not think are worthy of the smash and are terrible fucking people. Eileen Wuornos, I would also put in that category. She was a serial killer from the 80s. Her heart was in the right place, but she's kind of crazy. Azula from Avatar The Last Airbender, pass. She's a sociopath. Daenerys Targaryen, also a sociopath. Cersei Lannister. I can think of so many like fictional characters that I'd be like, nah, bro, I'm good. I don't want to be anywhere near you. You freak me out. Yeah, that's morally not cool with me, but I won't say anything more. That'd be like saying I'd fuck Hitler for fun. Like there are some people that are just so evil that you can't. But I won't speak on it anymore. I have a lot of current strong feelings about real life horrible people. People like Kristi Noem are the reason that I have to leave the United States, because I'm just like unsafe. Horrible human. Anyway, if you fucking hate corrupt-ass American government officials, you should check out my new book, Court of Snakes, coming out on BackerKit tomorrow. Share it with your angry trans friends. We'd love to have extra members in the club. We don't have jackets, though. Okay, let's see if I can actually get through this page today without slowing down too much. I realize I've been in editing hell for like the last like 2 days. So my brain is like, what are we doing? The answer is no clue. Yeah, this has nothing to do with Wukong, but one of my favorite lines from any character I've ever written is a guy, he's a Victorian era serial killer. Vigilante, so think Punisher, right? And one of my favorite lines from the book is when the guy is he's confronting a really horrible, disgusting human being, a criminal, and the guy's like, "Oh God, please help me." And then the serial killer looks him dead ass in the eye and he says, "God is busy, may I help you?" And then smashes his head in with an 80-pound sledgehammer. Iconic. I love Ed. He's my fave. That book will happen eventually. Not right now, but soon. One day. Okay, almost there. We were talking about terrifying service industry customer service hell stories yesterday in stream while working on writing. It was fucking... We all have seen some shit is all that I've learned. I wish that I didn't have to work like a service marketing job. That would be ideal, but I guess on the plus side, I soon no longer will have to be in the teaching industry. Thank God. Part of me was kind of hoping that I could hold on to that while I went to Canada, but I can't work at the company that I work at, the school that I work at, and also work in Canada. So if I did do that, I'd have to go and apply for a school in Canada, which I might do. But I won't be working at the trash-ass school that I currently work at anymore, thank God. I am free. Dobby is free! Literally traumatizing. Oh my god, Gabriel, literally me every day. Now, like, I've seen some shit. I haven't seen... Well, actually, no, yes, I have. Unfortunately, I'm in a situation where I'm currently working for a company that I previously left because the racism was so bad. I've seen some shit. As soon as I leave this company, I can tell you guys more, because I wouldn't want to elaborate. But, like, it is the most crazy shit. It's why I don't teach on campus. You could not fucking pay me to go teach on campus. I am pretty sure I have active trauma, actually, like for real, from being at that school on campus, and then I can't really do anything because it's the only job that I have that's providing me any kind of ability to leave the country, so I'm like, I kind of just have to sit here and, like, vibe in it until I can leave, and it is bad. I cannot wait to fucking get out. I am very close to yeeting the fuck out of here. 60 days, actually. Yeah, literally, I got 2 months. Holy shit, I'm so close. I wish to leave this place, Devilman. I think of that one meme that's from, like, or that one loading screen from Legend of Zelda. I think it's Majora's Mask, where it's like dawn of the final day. I'm like, that's me. I'm gonna be like, fucking bye. The actual, like, process of getting there is kind of a pain in the ass, but I think overall I'm probably going to be a lot happier. Hi, Chips. How you doing? So I'm going to use this color. Okay, I'm just going to kind of work my way through the people in the front. Heyo! Yay! Good job for fixing your PC, I'm glad. That's exciting. That's some good shit. That's the good shit right there. You have done a successful adult. You nailed it. How does it feel to be a real adult human? Oh wait, that's white. I am a silly fool. I don't need that. I don't know why I keep flicking through shit that I don't need. Most of this guy's going to be cut off on the bottom of the page anyway. Actually, there's a huge chance that he will not be even visible, to be quite honest. Huge chance. He could be just in hell. I realize I'm going to need to open up Tiger's character sheet. Crab Girl. I wish I was Crab Girl, actually. People are like, what are your goals for your life? And I'm like, not this Crab Girl, but I wish I was Crab Girl. I feel like things would somehow be okay, you know? I respect Crab Girl. I don't know what she's got going on, but I just want to go sit in a Jollibee and, like, eat a bunch of peach mango pies, like 80 of them. Until I die. Definitely it. Is that guy on this panel? Oh, actually, no, he is not. Look at that. This guy is, though. Father, help! That's all I gotta say. Oh, I forgot his sideburn. Phew! Ah, you know that moment when you sneeze and then your entire back cracks because you're 4,000 years old? That was what just happened to me. Holy moly. Ah, that was almost the end. You guys almost just witnessed me perishing. That was crazy. Hey guys, guess what? It's time for a snack. I'm actually going to use this opportunity to get up and get some iced tea. I finished my milk. I'm going to go get some iced tea. Gesundheit. German is fun. German's a fun language. Well, let me go grab some tea. I wish I had access to a car and or a bunch of money, because if that was the case, I would probably just DoorDash myself a bunch of, like, smoothie stuff. That'd be pretty sick. Okay, so that guy's done. And then I'm going to need to open up a page with Sean on it as well, because I need to, she's on page for the first time in like 8 pages. She finally did it. She's back. She made it. Oh, that's an arm. Oh! I'm okay. I don't know where I'm going. Where am I going? The answer is no clue. I am merely a man. I just kind of aimlessly drag myself around my Photoshop screen until I find something that happened. A 64 Impala would actually be pretty sick, though. Not gonna lie. The gas mileage, I imagine, though, is not very good. Anything like pre-90s is effectively like a gas-guzzling machine. But they are cool cars, though. I'd have to, like, really think about how I would use my 3 wishes. If I had 3 wishes, I would effectively, end all wars and all human cruelty without taking away free will. Like, I would want to make it physically impossible for people to be evil. Still have free will, but you can't be, like, so insanely violently evil. It may mean that we would have no more good stories to tell, but I think that would be a pretty fair trade for no more human suffering. Yeah, I suppose I don't find Nestle cartoonishly evil. Like, unfortunately, like, slave labor is, like, or, like, mass deforestation of the planet, like, I wish it was cartoonishly evil, right? Like, I wish it was so infrequent that it just never happened, but the reality is that, like, they do some really horrible shit. Oh my god. Were you guys trapped in ad hell? Did you make it out? Thank you for sitting through Ad Town, by the way. Jeff Bezos' dollars go into my trans ass's wallet, and then I use it to do crime. And by that, I mean I write books. I actually gotta watch out for that shit. I can't joke about that too much. Okay, what am I doing here? I need Tiger's sheet. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Free Water Company. If you guys have not heard of Free Water, they are actually insanely cool. And they produce a water product that is 100% free. It's bottled in aluminum cans, and it's free because there are ads on the outside, and the ads pay for the water. So you just get free water. You just get, that's it. That's all there is to it. Nothing crazy. I do appreciate and respect it. And then they use the profits from their company to build wells in places that don't have access to water. We love the free water, guys. Welcome back, Cal. I am so sorry you were trapped in death. But you survived, and that's what matters. How does it feel to... I don't know. Hopefully you sit down. We need you to live, Cal. We need you to live. Live, damn you. Oh, nice. I like writing the scripts more than I like drawing the comic, but I also acknowledge that the drawing part just takes so hella long that I'm like... I'm now coming close to... This is page 281. I'm coming close to 300 pages of comic. And boy howdy, I am very tired. I'm too old for this shit. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. I'm like, my back hurts. Okay, so let me get this going here. Okay, but also, I am working at the speed of sound, so that's kind of cool. Oh, actually, well, that's okay. I'll be able to I'm just gonna draw it in by hand. That's alright. I realize I'm not going to have his eyes glow anymore because the combat is done, but I do need to paint the rest of the cap, the small cap on the needle. On the Ruyi Jing Kupong. Okay, so let me get that in here. I'm just gonna go in. What? Oh, it's because it did not select a color. It was just painting with white. I was like, what is happening? Hey, you think I got game? You... Okay, there we go. Yeah, I ended up doing the dumbest thing, which was I want to adapt a, 100 chapter massive, like, epic novel. It's going to be fun. It'll be fine. I won't burn out. And then now, at 200 pages in, I'm like, I want to die. Yeah, I find, like, high fantasy and epic fantasy are very similar to each other. It's kind of like, talking to people about like hard fantasy versus space operas. Like most of the time they're pretty damn similar. So it really just depends on like the person who's reading it. Some of the classifications I think are a little bit pedantic. But I think, as far as I understand, high fantasy refers to the amount of fantasy elements, epic fantasy refers to the scope. So, like Game of Thrones, for example, would be an epic political fantasy, but not a high fantasy because there's not a lot of magic in it. Versus something like God, I'm trying to think. Like Lord of the Rings is both a high fantasy and an epic fantasy because it's like a big ass world. So theoretically, you can be both. You can have all the things if you want. All the stuff. No one can stop you. A lot of books, most books are like fusion genres where they don't really stick to like one thing. And then new genres pop up all the time, all day, every day, effectively. Whoops. Let me go here. Tiger's stripes are effectively the only thing that are allowing him to not fade into obscurity here. Come on now. Honestly, at what point do I just rotate the stripes in the reference image and then save it? Next time, I'll do it. I really will. I won't lie to myself. I'm gonna actually put all of these on. Not even gonna worry about doing the perspective on this actually, because I'm too lazy. These go together. And then we're gonna go like this, and like this. And then he's gonna steal the shirt, because why not? Okay. This is actually a little bit large here. Y'all, I can't wait for you to read Fatal Mechanisms. I'm like going through these edits again, and this shit cooks. It's so good. Okay, hold on. Maintenance might be here. 1 second. Sorry, guys. I straight up did not hear maintenance at the door at all. I feel super bad. He probably knocked and I literally can't fucking hear. I got him. I let him in. He just wanted to make sure the apartment wasn't exploding. I made it back. That was crazy. Okay. I recognize people did not like this song when it came out. But I fucking love this shit. Okay. 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 All right. But we are doing it. Okay, so let me work back through here. I need like linear dodge. Dancing green frog energy. I don't know if I know the meme. Yeah, these guys are Italian. They're they were Eurovision winners. You guys probably actually know let me see if I can find this song. Actually, let me go and look at their other stuff. Let's see, Rush. Hold on, that's guaranteed in my liked songs. Let me go find it. Yeah, this. If you guys listen to Iggy Pop at all, this one. These guys are super popular in Italy, but I love them to death. Dame tu cosita by El Chambo. I don't know that one. That's crazy though. Yeah, they got the same kind of vibe. Yeah, because these guys are like Italian punks. Oh my god, it's Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew? I don't know if I've ever had the Supernova flavor. That's crazy. I feel like Mountain Dew comes out with new flavors every day, and I'm like, what is happening? Oh, it's because I need linear light, not linear dodge. I was like, why does this not look right? It's because it was not right. Berry melon flavor, crazy. My current favorite one that I wish was not exclusive to a restaurant is Mountain Dew Legend. Fucking love that shit. It's like blackberry flavored. Oh my god. I can actually listen to Måneskin all day, not gonna lie. I love these guys. I don't know. I have not seen Mountain Dew's, like, I didn't know that they were doing a 250 promotion. I almost exclusively associate Mountain Dew with Taco Bell. And that's okay. Sometimes the gods say this white-ass Mexican restaurant is going to be the thing for you, and I have to just, you know, I have to betray my ancestors and obey the call. This is such a bop. They did not need to do this. What color for these eyes did I do? Oh my god, Iggy Pop. You silly man. You silly little guy. Yeah, I love Måneskin though, they're great. A lot of Eurovision winners, I'm typically like pretty down for. It's very rare that I'm like, I don't like who they pick as the winner. This year's was, not to make a terrible Eurovision joke, but a bangaranga. Yeah, no, for real, Cal, actually, I agree. Like, every time Mountain Dew comes out with a new flavor, typically it's fucking delicious. Like, it's that and Dr. Pepper. I've heard good things about, like, coconut Dr. Pepper, or, like, I know, like, the cherry float, or, like, the, cream soda Dr. Pepper's apparently pretty good as well. But some sodas are, like, they're really on it. They know what their flavors are, and then others are like, why the fuck did you make this? Like, this is disgusting. I am indeed the one over here drinking a Pop-Tart iced tea, though, so I understand what I did. I thought that this was going to be nasty, but I was not led astray, thank God. My friend did not lie to me. He was like, you have to drink the Pop-Tart water, and I was like, okay. And it was good. Thankfully, I wasn't wearing anything weird, guys. I could have answered the door for maintenance and been wearing something fucking weird. I forgot that they were coming today, to be honest. My fucking whole schedule has been, like, completely messed up. They wanted to see if the apartment had exploded. The answer was no. Returns! You have made it. You have made it back. You did it. Hopefully the journey was kind. Actually, we're gonna go like this. I'm very happy with these pages, though. Hopefully people will be excited for the wait, like, they'll be ready to come back. I've had a lot of people, surprisingly be like, yeah, I love your comic. I hate it when it goes on hiatus, because it's like, I'm waiting for it. And I'm like, what the fuck, what is going on? Crazy, that shit never happens to me. I feel like nobody, like, somehow the thing on Webtoon is actually kind of getting, like, a little bit of traction. And then now that Webtoon, like, actually allows you to check your comments, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, I don't have to ignore my fans. Crazy. I don't know why they didn't implement that until literally just now. That's insane to me. Whose idea was it that we couldn't reply to comments? Like, that's so weird. I'm gonna do this on a new layer, actually. Or no, it is on a new layer. I always am honored by cameos, to be honest. Like, that's really cool. I do have, like, I used to do this thing for my Kickstarters where people could make characters for upcoming books. So Court of Snakes 2 actually has a lot of characters in it that are named after friends and family because they backed my work. I don't do that so much anymore, but I'm always never mad. I also recognize I share a name with a famous, like, astronomer, so a lot of people assume that when they see my name places, they're like, "Oh, did you name yourself after the spaceman?" And I'm like, "No, but I do love that spaceman." It lives! Oh my god, Chips, you fucking did it. Space is cool. Tycho Brahe was a really amazing guy. He was just very smart for his time, truly. Okay, that's actually the end of the special effects. We're done. Okay, let's get some text in here. Trying to find the page. There it is. Oh, there's only one piece of dialogue on this whole page. Self-care combo! Everybody should stretch. Yeah, you could, Thino, you could. I found that people, like, the main downside I've found to it is just that, people are often unlikely to engage with the work afterwards. So, like, the current book that I have, a lot of people who were previous backers for the projects have not necessarily come back to see their characters in the work. Like, they were happy to back it, and then they just, like, vanished off the face of the earth. And I'm like, oh, bye-bye. See ya. But there is a... You know, I used to do that, though. And unfortunately, sometimes work takes too long to get out. But in Fatal Mechanisms, I have somebody who was a very long-time patron of mine. Early in my streaming days. He was a very cool dude, and I'm sad because I've totally lost contact with him. He's just, like, not around anymore. So I don't know. I hope he's doing good, and he has one of the most badass characters in that book, and I fucking love him. Rip Tweaks. I think his he still has a photography page. Wait a second, is he still... Oh, he updated his profile picture in 2019. Bitch is still alive! You know what? I'm gonna send him a friend request. He probably has no idea I changed my name, so hopefully he will, like, not be like, who the fuck is that? But point is I can actually fucking find him, so I could send him a message and be like, hey, by the way, I don't know if you remember me, but I just wanted to let you know. Your character is badass and helps somebody break out of prison. Goldfinger is one of my favorite characters that I've ever written, to be honest. He's great. Okay, how do I want to put this? Actually, you know what? It may be more impactful. I had a line here, but I think this page is more effective. Get out of here, Nightshade. I think this page is more effective with actually just one piece of dialogue on it. I don't want him to say anything here. He doesn't need to finish this. Yeah, I like him. So funny story about how I low-key have some trauma around the rice cake, because at some point, so I was dating a guy. He had, when he was younger, Candida of the blood. If you're not familiar with Candida, Candida is a yeast infection, right? You might know it as a yeast infection. It's a bacteria. It eats sugar. That's what Candida does. So, if you get Candida of the blood, that means it's eating the sugar in your blood. Not good. So he had Candida of the blood, which meant he needed to cut out any and all sugar, and it was during that process that he found out that he had celiac disease, because bread is sugar. Bread is like a simple sugar. So gluten in itself is also a separate protein, but by cutting out the bread, he found out that he had celiac disease. Long story short. So then, when we started dating, I needed to cut out... We were dating very seriously for like 10 years. And then I needed to cut out all gluten because I could not even have it near him. Like, there was a chance that, like, if I ate an Oreo and then I kissed him on the mouth, he would have a reaction. So, I couldn't do that. Bad. Not good. So, I did an elimination diet called the Colorado Cleanse to help my brain not want the bread or the sugar anymore. One, I went through the most insane sugar withdrawals of my entire fucking life. It was crazy. Two, at the end of that cleanse, effectively all you were eating was those puffed rice cakes with some tomato sauce spread on top and salt to make like a sort of pizza. Because like when I say you were just eating khichdi and rice, that was all. That was all that you were like for the last like 4 days of it. All you were eating. So I think back on those dark times and I'm like, I remember. I remember the puffed rice pizzas that tasted like a sock in sadness. I do like them though, and I like them when they're covered in chocolate. That's my favorite. Obviously, I am still a sugar fiend. As soon as I stopped dating that guy, I immediately went back to eating bread, because bread is fucking delicious. And here we are. But that is my story of the rice cake. Oh, cheese flavor. Yeah, that's good. I like the Cheetos, like the faux Cheetos that are made out of the rice cakes. I think those are pretty tasty. To be honest. Yeah, thankfully it wasn't a juice cleanse. I was still able to eat regular food. Effectively, what you do is over the course of several days, you start to slowly eliminate certain inflammatory foods out of your diet, whether that's like dairy or gluten-based products, sugar, those kinds of things, red meat, anything that could be considered inflammatory. And to be honest, the better way for this guy to do this cleanse would be to just eat Indian food. Like Indian food, the vegetarian versions are typically so anti-inflammatory that like that would have been a better solution than to just be like, here, now you get rice cake. So I'm not really sure what the logic was there behind that. But here we are. Yeah, I think if I were to do a juice cleanse, I'd probably die. I think I would starve to death. That would be game over for me. Yeah, it's let me see if I can find the guy. He's a Colorado-based nutritionist. And it was fine. I think like realistically you could probably do it by yourself. It's a 14-day thing. And even now he changed it. He changed the name of his website to an Ayurvedic cleanse. That's all that it is. So if you want to do something like this, you can just eat Ayurvedic foods and you'll be fine. You'll be okay. You did take supplements and stuff. I didn't find that they helped that much. I know that they helped my boyfriend a lot. He was, this was something that was absolutely necessary for him. But legit, it's just eating an Ayurvedic diet. Like, it's not anything crazy. And then eventually you get to the end and you're eating effectively just khichdi and tears. And I don't mind khichdi, I really don't. I think that his khichdi sucked. His khichdi was ass. I live off of things like dal tadka, or like I make like Indian food so much because it's such a big part of my childhood that like this white man made the most unseasoned khichdi I've ever had in my whole life. So bad. So the concept behind the cleanse and Ayurvedic food, amazing. We love that shit. The rice cake torture, not good. Did not like. It did cut my addiction to sugar, though. I recognize that I am too mentally unwell and too neurodivergent to withstand not eating sugar. And also, too, furthermore, I'm poor. So that was the major issue that Adam and I often ran into, was that, like, gluten-free food was so fucking expensive. And then we went to Sweden, and it's illegal to, like, upcharge for gluten-free shit. So all of a sudden everything was super affordable. And then we came back to the US and we were like, God, I hate it here. Yeah, I love the crispy rice cakes. I just don't. I'm thinking back on it. Just the rice cake smeared with just plain unseasoned tomato sauce, like you get out of the can, like, or tomato paste, right? Tomato paste with just a little bit of salt on top. Shit ain't good. It's not. It's not good. Not even an oregano. Not even an Italian seasoning. Not even a thyme. As my friend Shay would say, not even a turkey neck. Fucking awful. So bad. To be honest, Chips, you might find more success in doing like a sugar elimination. To be honest, it depends on how much bread you eat, though. Like eliminating both could always be good. But like genuinely, Americans put so much added sugar into all their shit. Like I'm very lucky. This Liquid Death that I'm drinking right now actually only has 4 grams of added sugar, and they are counting the added sugar from agave specifically. So there's no high fructose corn syrup in this at all. It's nice and sweet. It's very tasty. So you can find good alternatives for stuff, and more are available now. But I legit just gave up on it. I now just chug Mountain Dew like a fucking demon. But yeah, sugar, I think, if it was me, and again, I'm not a licensed nutritionist, just a guy with a boyfriend who had blood candida, but that was the number one thing that they recommended for him, was it's like, you gotta really cut it down. And like, my general rule of thumb nowadays, I believe the U.S., recommends like 24 grams of added sugar a day. I got myself down to about 12, which is a fourth of a Mountain Dew, right? So that's a good, like, eyeball, or half of a Mountain Dew. Pardon me, half of a Mountain Dew. Oh, also, sorry, Theno. I have that symbols auto automation because bots will come in here and just drop like links with like 1 million ampersands in it. But speaking of cleansing, I've had some kombucha recently, and as a biotic soda, yeah, kombucha is great. Yeah, we have, like, Colorado is one of the #1 producers of kombucha, to be honest. Like, everybody here is a huge fan. Let me do this reading for Gabriel really quick for this. But yeah, you gotta be careful with, quote, biotic sodas. Because some of them, like, I know that the Poppy just got for this in a lawsuit. They say that they have probiotics, prebiotics in them, but they actually do not. They straight up just lied. Liars! But kombucha itself, especially if you can make your own kombucha at home, I've done that before, and it's fucking delicious. But it also can be very high sugar because it's you have to have the fruit sugar in order to ferment it, otherwise it won't ferment. But kombucha is fucking delicious. Oh yeah, those foods all sound super good. That's very similar to, like, I mean, that was pretty much all I was eating with my celiac boyfriend was, you know, rice is good. Rice is love, rice is life. All right, so Gabriel, you got 9 of Swords reversed. Watch out, because other people might be making really bad decisions about you, which could cause, or around you, I should say, which could cause you to make bad decisions. There's probably going to be a lot of like falters or delayed progress in something that you're dealing with, particularly your own personal development to some degree. So if you're trying to do something like at a job, or if you're trying to solve a complex like problem with personal goals, they might be set back just a little bit. So definitely feel free to take a step back and like double check all the decisions that you're making, because things could be kind of gross. Oh, nice. My mom bought some while we were at the Hay Festival. That sounds delicious. I love kombucha. Yeah, we made kombucha in house. We had our own little SCOBY and shit, and it was crazy. That was the best kombucha I've ever had. Yeah, no, I gave up on that shit. I say this as a cautionary tale. I myself as an ex gluten-free person, uh, shit is really hard. And the UK, to be honest, is making better strides than the US. Like, there's a woman right now that's trying to propose in the UK that gluten allergies and celiac be treated the same as peanut allergies, because effectively her kid keeps going to school and getting glutened, and then having massive, like, obviously physical repercussions from that, because the schools just don't fucking take it seriously enough. But they're actually considering the legislation, where here in the US, if your kid has celiac, it's like, good luck, hope you die. you go to restaurants and you're like, hey, can I have a gluten-free burger? And they're like, yeah, but we took the bun and we rubbed it all over all of the other buns, and then we rubbed it on the grill where and the toaster where the buns went through, the other regular buns, and then just for good measure, we put an actual just regular bun on your thing. We took the gluten-free bun and we threw it in the trash, and then we put the regular bun on your food also. And then we didn't tell you, and then you died. So, sorry. Maybe we have a little asterisk, a little disclaimer on our menu that says that this restaurant is not suitable for celiacs. And you're like, why? Why? Like, fucking terrible. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, kombucha, if you get fresh kombucha, it will definitely reset your gut bacteria. If you've got fresh stuff, the stuff that you buy from the store because it's been fermenting for a while, they bottle it and then it just kind of sits there during transport or things like that. It's not nearly as effective as like fresh kombucha, but if you're getting it like you're saying from like a farmer's market, um that's fresh. And it's great. It's really good for your health. But same thing, like if you make fresh pickles, like fresh sauerkraut, or um fresh like I'm trying to think, fresh kimchi, those kinds of like fresh fermented foods, they can also have the same like positive benefit too. Pretty cool. We do love ourselves a good homemade fermented food. I've only homemade kimchi once, but that shit was also delicious and definitely worth the labor. Kombucha, I don't know if I would make at home again. It was that was more of my boyfriend's project, and he did a very, very good job, but it was so much work. It's like making your own beer at home, where you're just like you have to kind of just like let the guy, sit. Just let her cook, let her get stanky in there. I was house sitting for a guy at some point, and he home brewed his own beer, and one of the beer bottles exploded in the cellar where he was brewing the beer, and I thought we were gonna die. It was not a bomb. It was indeed just beer exploding. It was fine. Yeah, the homemade kombucha, Cal, for context, was so much sweeter. Like, because the kombucha that's sold in stores, like, sit on that shelf for so long, the more it ferments. Like, if you continue to let kombucha ferment, it would become alcohol, right? Like, you could continue to let it go. So the more it's in the can on the shelf, the more sour it gets before then it would become either one, alcohol, or two, vinegar. So if you can get it fresh, it's nice and sweet. You have to continue to feed that SCOBY with like sugar. We made apple and I think pear kombucha. But yeah, you just leave that little nasty thing. Where's the SCOBY? Hold on, let me show a picture of a SCOBY. These things are nasty. Kombucha SCOBY. SCOBY, you can buy a SCOBY on the like. It does not look good, guys. Like it. That shit is sitting like this in your pantry. This shit looks like it would kill you. It looks like this. This looks like you would eat it and you would die. But yeah, you effectively just filter past it, and then you can reuse this SCOBY over and over and over and continue to brew the booch. But yeah, man, it was fucking good. That shit was really good. Store-bought kombucha though doesn't really do it for me. If you're drinking homemade kombucha, it's typically recommended to drink like, a quarter cup of kombucha, in the same way that if you homemade your own like vinegar, you only drink a little bit of it. But people do vinegar shots all the time as well. It's also good for your gut in the same way, so to speak. Vinegar shots are not really my thing. I tend to stay away from that. But it's mostly because it freaks my mouth out. My mouth is like, bro, why'd you do that? I would take a kombucha shot over a vinegar shot any day, personally. They're stanky. Those little SCOBYs are so stanky. They look like little boogers. I love them. They're gross. They're gross little guys. Yeah, I think that one went through, Thino, because from what I can see, you only have two parentheses, and the other one had 2 triple periods, 1 hyphen, 2 parentheses, and 2 quotation, or no, 4 parentheses and 2 quotation marks. So that's what happened with the other message. I can do them though I don't. No, that's literally Jace's mom. But she's like Filipino. She's like, give me the vinegar. She'll just go for it. Calamansi vinegar. She'll just be like, I'm drinking that. I respect it. To be fair, calamansi vinegar is fucking so good. It also is really sweet too. It's an interesting thing. Brewing just like overall, whether you're brewing mead or beer or making your own wine at home, like it's such a cool skill. I just like don't have the patience for it. It's very artisanal. And then you have to like work to make it not taste like dookie. All right, give me a second. I'm waiting for Daz to load. I'm going to do some pre-planning for this. And then I would work on this page tomorrow. How many more pages do we got? What is going on? Okay, so let's see. I'm on 288. Technically 282 because this thing miscounts. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pages. Apparently I had labeled chapter 13 as volume 3, and I don't know why I did that, because that is not how that works. So, not that many pages left. Some Dr. Pepper sounds so good right now, though. Yay! Oh my god, Chips, your setup sounds amazing. That sounds so good. I'm so glad that you were able to do that. Oh, also, I wanted to give you an in-person congratulations for getting into that school in Halifax, by the way, because you're fucking cool. And I'm very excited for you. Okay, let me go back into my sets. Let me open up the alley. Give me just a second to continue to fucking lay these guys out. Man, I dream about that kombucha in the middle of the night, though. To this day, I have not had kombucha that was good like that kombucha. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad. I think about that and I'm like, you know, I could have had a good thing. But I did not. Alright, let me go behind Wukong. This is where he loots the shit out of everybody. We love it. I'm going to turn off the Hyena Demon because she's not relevant anymore. This is funny, though. Okay, let me get him in here. Spin him around. This is so funny, though. Okay, let me move Sean over. Do I have... No. I need to figure out what I'm doing with her arms. This bottom is fine. I don't know what's going on. Oh yeah, I believe it. I don't know. I'm sure that they probably can I wonder if they can. I'm Googling it. Oh, apparently they... So he must be going after something else. I wonder if he's going after the salt. Yeah, because they're apparently their taste receptors are effectively tuned to umami or the fat. Yeah, they're huge umami fiends. So depending on the cookies, that might be what he's tasting, the butter or the salt. Kind of interesting. Cats are a mystery to me. Mr. Man's asleep next to me here. He doesn't know what's going on. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to get Sean's arm to do what I need it to do. I will get this to go. I don't know where I am. Where am I? All right, we're okay. I don't know what's happening. I hate allergies. That's all I gotta say. I'm so tired. I don't wanna be allergic to stuff anymore. That would be pretty cool. Seasonal allergies suck. Oh my god, the magpies are screaming. The magpies outside are they are committing war crimes, I'm pretty sure. And I'm scared. Oh, posture check. Thank you so much. I was like legit shrimping so bad. That was crazy. My spine was inverted. All right, hold on. I gotta take this, and then I gotta drag this over here and censor it, so that way there's no booty cheeks, and so that way Jeff Bezos can't get mad at me. Because Jeff doesn't like the booty. He has made that very clear. There's only a few booties in here, though. Hello? Actually, I'm not really a huge fan of this. I'm actually gonna go like... Well, actually, just kidding. The framing on this is bad. Wait a second. I'm gonna rotate this even more so that way I am not anywhere near that guy. I might actually crop even closer. I thought this was going to be a long shot, but it's not. This is better. Just kidding. Jeff Bezos' booty. He's a coward. Jeff's a coward. No, wait. No, this is not... Why? That was not the right thing. It tried to give me the wrong crop. There we go. That's much better. Okay. And get rid of the booties. And the crotch. He's fine. This is my least favorite part of putting together these comics, but it's really important. What do you think about dill pickles? I like them. I like bread and butter pickles more. I don't eat them often because Jace absolutely hates pickles. The only ones that he'll eat are Japanese quick pickles. But I do like pickles. I'm not a huge fan of like dill pickle like flavoring, like pickles for the sake of pickle flavor, you know what I'm saying? I respect the pickle, but I prefer like I definitely prefer an artisanal pickle itself over like a pickled chip, you know what I'm saying? Let me grasp this. Almost there. I actually really like this, but I'm gonna need to... Okay, let me get in here. I gotta get in here. I gotta pickpocket this man. Okay. Holy moly. Why you do this? Windows is kind of dumb and it like will not successfully screenshot shit sometimes. Yeah, that's the right screenshot. Now can you please put it over in the other thing? Thank you. It's like now. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Let me get this completely up here. There we go. Oops, my bad. This is such a long process. Flashback to the time my mom found 4 jars of sweet pickles. Oh, yeah, you found 4 jars of sweet pickles because your mom's a fiend. I love that, though. Oh, we got another self-care combo. Everybody sit up straight. Stretch your back. Yeah, I don't know if I'd eat dill pickle ice cream. I'm not afraid of weird ice cream. I was almost tempted by a cheese and pimento ice cream at the ice cream store the other day. They make a lot of funky flavors, and I was like, maybe this cheese ice cream is for me. I was kind of sad because what I ended up settling on was spicy brownie, and that, in its theory, is amazing sounding, but it was not spicy, and I was sad. It was really disappointing. I'm like, what? If you say spicy brownie, I'm going to need you to commit. I need you to just go for it. Like I need you to just it needs to burn me. I wish to be spiced. I guess I'm used to, like, I don't know, like, Mexican drinking chocolate and stuff, so when I'm, like, let down with just mediocre, not spicy food, I'm like, why did we do this? Like, why did you promise me these things and then disappoint me with these things? Sorry, hold on, I am trying my damnedest to get this to actually go. I need her to look like she's literally gonna pull her hair out. Okay. Okay, there we go. This is a little bit better. I like it when I actually have the opportunity to do like just a standard cropped, easy dialogue page. Oh, back and had little pork sliders. Oh, that sounds so nice. Oh yeah, pickled pretzels, actually, that does sound good. I find that most pickle flavored stuff is just like vinegar and dill. Dill's not my favorite. I do like vinegar flavored stuff, but I prefer like a malt vinegar. I was in Manitou yesterday, and a friend did the incline. Oh, nice. Hopefully that was nice. I hope the weather was good. Yeah, I think I know which ice cream place that you're talking about in Manitou. And that sounds fucking amazing. Yeah, ooh, key lime ice cream. That sounds so refreshing. So good. Why do you do this? Thank you. I think I'm actually going to do a breakaway panel here on this one. We'll see how this lays out, though. We'll see. Actually, I know the exact pose that I want. I love how he's just got this guy's shirt. He's just gonna stand up and just have this man's shirt. This is so funny to me. Why? He needs to stop looting shit. That's just what needs to happen. I need him to stop. Actually, you know what? He'll never stop. Wukong will never stop just randomly looting shit. Oh, nice. Overcast the whole day. That's good, because I know when Colorado gets hot, it gets hot. It's been like sweltering up here in Denver. It is awful. Okay, this is fine. There you go. I'm not going to do a breakaway panel for this one. Bye. Okay, flip around again. I'm going to... This is going to be rough. Let me bend her arm so that way we're not dying. Bend. Twist. Twist. I would really like this to be like a... very extreme point. Point! Sorry, hold on. I'm locked in, guys. I think I'm going to put a boardwalk in the background, actually. I'm going to start doing some, like, actual cowboy shots and stuff here. It's his shirt! I can't... No! No! Where's Bitsy? I don't know if anybody else in here listens to Legends of Evandris, but I think about... Hold on. Let me see if I can find the audio clip. Was it this clip? Hold on. I'm gonna go see if this was it. Is this the clip? Is this the clip? Is this it?
Meet you. My name's Bitsy.
It's nice to meet you. My name's Big Ned.
Hi, Big Ned. I'm Bitsy.
Hi, Bitsy. I'm Big Ned. I'm a goon.
Hey, I'm a tiny mouse. My name's Bitsy. How are you?
I'm all right. A little hungry for some clam dogs.
Do you have any more?
How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, I'll have some. No, you go ahead.
This is not the one I was thinking of.
For 2 hours. The bat at the end of it is just hundreds of pages. How are you? I'm good. My name's Bitsy.
I can't. Bitsy. No! Yeah, I think about Derek specifically being like, no! Oh, yeah, great. Pouring weather. 45 into 65. Yeah, I've definitely had that happen. I was going back down from school one time, so it was from Lakewood to the Springs, and I hit like Larkspur, and it was exactly that. It was like 9 p.m. at night, literal torrential downpour, and then my windshield wiper fell off. It was fucking great. But yeah, I've definitely had that happen. Damn, hit the passenger's backside of a car, went beside the car in front of me into the other lane. Yeah, crazy. For me, yeah, literally the worst area of I-25 is between Monument Hill and Castle Rock. That, like, Larkspur area is legit the worst. I'm glad you guys are okay, though, but literally awful. And then Colorado's road maintenance is, like, non-existent, effectively, so you're just like, have fun! It's like playing Mad Max. You're actively in Mad Max trying to drive home. Let me cowboy shot this a little better. I need a better cowboy shot. Hold on. Yeehaw! Cowboy shot. Yeehaw. Yeehaw. Okay, I cowboyed the hell out of that. Okay, unfortunately, this first panel is still going to be I remember when I said I was out of pile of bodies hell? I am not. Yeah, seriously. Oh my god. Well, like, part of it, I understand part of it is, like, Colorado's weather fluctuates so intensely that it gets, like, hot and then cold and hot and then cold and hot and then cold, and then the asphalt just can't handle contracting and expanding that much. So some of it is that, but most of it, like, when I say, like, you can see the difference. If you've never driven out of state before, you can see the difference when you drive out of Colorado and, like, into Utah, or out of Colorado and into New Mexico, because as soon as you cross the border, all of a sudden, no more potholes. It's crazy. It's literally like... Canada's roads, immaculate. Or at least British Columbia's were anyway. I'm very excited to not drive on, you know, expanded, busted, horrible roads. Crazy. But yeah, you're right. That area especially, so bad. So bad. That was like the only time I've ever seen anybody hit a bear with their car. Was over by Larkspur. And it was a Lambo. The guy hit a black bear with a Lambo. I don't... Colorado's a weird place, guys. Oh my god, 54 potholes. No! That's so cursed. It's so bad. And the main problem is, like, not to dog on anybody in Colorado Springs, but I feel like it really is this. They don't want to pay their taxes. They're so, like, libertarian in that sense that they would rather light themselves on fire than pay their taxes. And then they're like, why are there so many potholes? It's like, because guys, you need to pay taxes to fix the roads. If you don't do it, then the potholes are going to be there. And then you're going to be mad about the potholes. And then you're going to complain, but then we're going to ask to raise taxes on people for the potholes. And it only applies to people who make $300,000 a year or more, which is probably not you. And then you'll never get the pothole fixed. You just automatically vote no. And then you're mad. Then you're angry, and you don't know why things are like this. It's like, you guys are silly. To be fair, some parts of Denver also scary. Scary potholes. I feel like Lakewood's the worst. Fucking awful. But yeah, BC was pretty good. This posing is done in Daz 3D. It is a 3D rendering, animation, and like modeling software. Daz 3D itself is free, so if you're interested in downloading the software, it's actually very cool. That's how you spell the software. You do have to pay for morphs or make your own morphs. That's where the like 3D modeling craziness comes in. But I love this shit. I learned from a storyboarding teacher when I was at grad school last year how he gets through his storyboards really quickly. And most of the time, like, he's not using 3D posing for storyboards necessarily. He'll do it for backgrounds and stuff just because he wants to be speed. He wants to be so fast when he does his storyboards. He works for like Disney. But I ended up taking that method and then deciding that I didn't want to suffer anymore trying to get the anatomy for a lot of these stylized characters down. And I decided to just give up. And then I went to Daz. And now I don't suffer anymore. And that's the secret. It was particularly useful for trying to do insane pages with like martial arts. Like we were working on a lot of like really martial arts heavy pages, but you can effectively save out all of your models as support assets. And then at that point, you can then just kind of use the same models over and over so you don't suffer. It's also super useful for like turnarounds and stuff. If you're doing like character design and you need specific anatomy. I will say that Daz is only really good for doing stylized characters, or not stylized, realistic humanoid characters. We've seen some shit. I wish I could show you guys the model for Drema. Hold on, I gotta go find her. Let me go find her. I'll censor her. Yeah, I still chips. If you find them, let me know, because the only one that I have, the only good morph that I have is the Brute. But that guy is more like Hulk-shaped, and he's not like a big dude. You know, he's like yeah, he's jacked, but it's not like a portly guy or like a realistically plus-sized dude. That he's just buff, and that's not what I want. Like, they have plenty of great morphs for plus-sized women, but not like none for men. Daz definitely has its weaknesses. The kids are scary, and then if you have anything that's not human, and you have to like, hold on, where's fucking Drema? Hold on. This is my favorite. Let me open this. Okay, so for context, I want to show you guys what I had to do, because I feel like this is important. This shit's important. Oh my god, she's so scary. Alright, hold on. Let me get this going. Okay, this will be the right size. Okay, I'm not going to do anything yet here. Okay, for context, this character is an alien. I did concept art of her not too long ago. And this is what she looks like. Okay, so she's a little salamander gal, right? She's very cute. I love her. She's just a little alien lady. Okay, so she's not that crazy, right? Looking at her realistically, she's not that weird looking. The Daz model that I had to make in order to get her anatomy is the scariest shit I've ever seen in my whole life. There you go. Enjoy that. She's horrifying. She's so scary. So as soon as you start to stylize shit like this, it starts to get like you have to break parameters and like do weird shit to get it to go. And even still, I ended up stylizing it even more because I wanted to have like a thinner waist, things like that. So this is just like you can use it as a good base, but if you're doing any kind of stylization, you kind of have to go rogue. So it doesn't fix all problems, but it definitely makes this whole process for me significantly faster since I'm a one-man like comics crew. I don't really have the luxury of having like the time to be like my own sketch artist, things like that. Like I used to do this entirely by hand, and then I realized if I continued to do that, I would be 115 years old by the time I finished my comic, and I was like, you know what? I'm too old. I'm too old for this shit. Colorado is a fever dream. That's it. That's 100%. 100%. It's a weird place to be. I'm kind of glad that I'm leaving. It's not a bad place, but it's like, I don't know. Too many freaky people from out of state have moved here, and I hate to be that guy. I remember when I was a kid, I used to be like, man, I don't understand the people who are like, ugh, I'm a native. I was born here. And they make it everybody else's problem. And I'm like, so far, you know, all the people that I've run into from out of state, they're not that bad. As an adult, I can absolutely see why those people were mad. And the people moving in from out of state, in some cases, have only continued to make shit way worse. And now Colorado is a weird hellscape. I don't know, I'm afraid. Denver's fine. Although we do get the occasional weird shit that happens. You never know. But yeah, I think to utilize Daz in its most effective state, like, I would use this for comics. I wouldn't use it for storyboarding. Like, when I go and do my Brady Von Altus storyboards for my portfolio, I very likely, even though I have models for all of my characters and I use them to make my turnarounds, I would not use them to storyboard because the Daz models themselves, like, I have to fix gestures all the time. Like, this one's okay. You know, it's for comics, it's not that bad, but for storyboarding, you really need to have, like, max movement humanly possible. So, at that point, and also, too, like, with storyboarding, the drawings don't need to be nearly as detailed, so you don't have to worry so much about accuracy. You can be really loosey-goosey with it, so at that point, I would choose to not use that for this. What I think Daz is the most useful for is making sure all of your characters stay correct to scale. So I can use it to make, like, I have, like, this cylinder back here that's for the trash can. I went and I looked up, like, how many centimeters tall is a trash can, and then you can do things like that where it's like you're making your objects accurate to scale to the standard size of, like, a Daz model, and then you know all your objects are, like, you can use it for, like, background blocking like this, which is really what, like, most storyboard artists are using 3D assets for anyway, is for environment blocking. But, yeah. It's definitely saved me a hell of a lot of time. I respect and appreciate it. Shout out to Scott. But yeah, there's no way in hell I could complete the amount of work that I do without any kind of blocking tools. I know other artists will use Sketchfab is another really popular Google-based software, but Sketchfab is no longer free, so that sucks. Of course, if you have any skills in Blender or in Maya, that would be another good way to do it. That's how most animators are working. Like, let's say you have, like, a sequence where your character's, like, on a boat or something. It's very likely that a 3D modeler would make the boat, and then you as the storyboard artist can just rip that model and then use it in the back of the storyboards to make it, like, navigating the background easier, you know? So you're not just, like, suffering. So that can be kind of useful. And then in this case, too, it also helps me remember where my figures were in the scene. I think knowing camera angles, shot types, And camera focal lengths is also really important for using this kind of a method. It's combining elements of like cinematography and animation into one thing. So you can kind of utilize both elements to get what you need done. But knowing what kind of focal lengths you need for which shot, that kind of stuff is going to be good. I never really use its like render functions unless I'm working on big pieces. That's another useful thing I would say is like you can use it to block out lighting to some degree and then work with complex cast shadows. A good example of that, I just finished like a study to work on cast shadows not too long ago, and I did use the DAZ like NVIDIA Iray to render out some let me see, where is it? To render out some lighting. Just to understand the cast shadow before I put it down. So, let me see if I can find the little... This is uncensored. Let me drag him over here really quick and censor this stupid thing, because otherwise Jeff Bezos will have a fucking heart attack. And I used, like, the render preview. I didn't actually render it out, because that would have taken too long. But you can see how I positioned my spotlight. I wanted to have some kind of rim light. I didn't know what color, so I used a green rim light, and then I have my environment light here to create the cast shadow, because this specifically was what I wanted to study. You can see this cast shadow here as well. So then when I translated that into the actual drawing, that became, you know, I have more accurate cast shadows, for the most part, from where the lighting actually was. So that was my goal with this was, okay, how do I make effective cast shadows? And then you use the lighting and rendering features from DAZ to simulate the lighting. And then I was following other tutorials on subsurface scattering, saturation from cast shadows, those kinds of things in order to make my cast shadows more effective. And I feel like I learned a thing. So it's not necessarily like a completed illustration or anything. It's just, it happens to have, you know, a relative purpose as like a study itself. But those kinds of things can be useful too. I feel like I have had people come into my stream before and they're like, oh my god, you just trace shit. And now all of a sudden, like I was on YouTube, or no, TikTok the other day, and there's this product that's trending right now going around that are transparent sticky notes. And this artist was like, yeah, the most efficient way to learn how to draw is to, like, say you like J.C. Leyendecker, take the sticky note, this transparent sticky note, and trace over top of the master's study to learn anatomy, and you'll develop muscle memory. And I'm like, man, but literally, I've been telling people to do that as, like, an animation professor for years, and then you get yelled at for doing it. It's like, oh, you can't draw perfectly from memory, so thereby you must not be a real artist. And it's like, no, pretty much everybody in the animation and illustration industry is not necessarily saying trace other people's work, but like you can do exercises like this. And when I need to move hands, for example, right, like your fingers were all fucked up over here, now I know how the anatomy works, so I can easily move those things without having a problem, you know? Like you train the skill, so that way you're not like SOL. And then you can focus on things that you actually need to practice. Like in this case, I need to really focus on the clothes, so that way my clothing looks good. I can focus on composition and staging and less about, you know, struggling with really complex anatomy. And to some extent, you're still going to have to pose the models yourself, so having reference images of anatomy is going to be really, really important. And the poses that you're trying to achieve. You can purchase some stock poses for like as morphs, which is fine, but they may not do what you need them to do, and not all morphs are created equal. Like I've only found like one creator that I've been like, wow, you're really, really good at posing these models. And then every single other one is legit worthless. Like the poses are stiff. You have to understand contrapposto and how those kinds of things impact the figure. How to create attractive, balanced poses physically so that things look natural, those kinds of things. So it's not a one-stop shop for like, it'll fix everything, but it definitely makes things way fucking faster. Way faster. And that is my art tip of the day. And sometimes you have to just move stuff around Sometimes I stylize for the sake of stylization, and that's okay. He's dying, guys. He's dead. I will be dead. I will die. I don't know if anybody else has seen China, Illinois, but that thing has been living rent-free. That particular audio clip has been living rent-free in my head for the last, like, 8 days. But yeah, Daz rocks. I like, my dad originally was fucking around with this software way, way, way long ago. Back, like, and most people are going to be using this software for creating hyper-realistic 3D renders, so, you know, they'll purchase clothes or hair or things like that, but I recognize I am using this thing not at all for its intended purpose. This is definitely not what this software was designed for. But sometimes you just gotta use the thing and go rogue, and that's what I did. Awesome, tea sounds really good right now. What kind of tea are you having? What you got going on? Mr. Bubbert, you can't be aggro like that, Mr. Bubbert. That's aggressive. I have been in the depressive funk of all depressive funks, and I know I need to eat something, but I have no idea, like, what I want to eat. Mr. Bubbert, that's illegal! I'm gonna be done in about 3 minutes. Can you wait for me to get you some food? Oh my gosh, you're being a bandito. Come here. Oh my gosh, Bubbert. Why are you a little chicken nugget? You're just a chicken tender, and you don't even know. Okay, if I put out new food for you, will you eat it because I took away your dry food? Everybody should hydrate. Get that hydration station going. Oh, yeah, blood orange and Earl Grey does sound good. That sounds pretty tasty. Oh, Mr. Bubs, I can't see. I'm trying to finish this panel, and your booty hole is directly in front of me. I love and appreciate you, but I need you to move your stinky booty. Yeah, what I appreciate about it is that it does help with when you're, like, having perspective trouble and foreshortening issues. This is definitely a great way to, like, get over that. And then you learn. The more you do it, you know, the more your hands practice and the more you have this going, the faster you will get at when you need to make those modifications. It's like, okay, well, how do I... Oh, the boob. The boob! Don't look at it, guys. Don't look. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Okay, we're all right. When you do need to make those modifications, you'll be better equipped to do so. Mr. Bubs, chill out. I wish that you guys were my students. Legit, every day, I come in here and you guys ask such good fucking questions, and then I have to go and teach the actual freshmen at art college, and I remember that I want to explode. Literally traumatized. To be honest, I think most animation schools are overrated unless you're going for illustration. And that seems to be a kind of popular opinion among animators. Like, every animator that I've known that was not in 3D and they were in 2D, they got into animation because they were in illustration first. Because I think illustration teaches actual drawing skills versus I think a lot of animation skills are trying really hard to teach their kids about a million different animation pipeline tools, and they don't actually ever learn how to draw. So then all of their figures look like ass. And they don't have the actual like anatomical skill to back stuff up. So if it was me, I'd go to school for animation and then or for illustration and then teach myself how to animate. Figure out which animation software you like and then go from there. That would be my hot take on that. Because I would be nowhere if I had not gotten an illustration or an illustration degree along with my game art degree. My art would be shit. It would be really, really bad. And then I went back and did VizDev, which in itself is also an illustration degree. So, Chips, that's very nice. I try to just be chill. I just want people to be good. You know what I mean? I'm only sad when it's like I come up against students that are just like they have absolutely zero desire to learn, and I'm like, why are you here? I really love this gesture, actually. This is super pretty. Thankfully, I don't have to do office hours today. That's tomorrow. That's a tomorrow me problem. That's a tomorrow Tycho issue. Alright, sorry, Mr. Bubs. I'm gonna finish up Wukong and then I'll come feed you. There we go. Yeah, this is nice. I'm just gonna I'm probably going to, well, no, that's okay. I was like, do I want to do, well, I might actually do the, like, lines by hand, to be honest. The outlining. But I'm also so lazy. No, I'm really lazy. Never mind, I'm so lazy. I'm full of lies. I'm the one who tells them lies. That guy's my favorite. People are like, who's your favorite Digital Circus character? And I'm like, that one fucked up fish from the beach episode. The fish that tells lies. I'm the one who tells lies. Yeah, I love him. Love him to death. That guy slaps. I always never eat while I draw, and it's mostly because I recognize I am a human disaster, and I will get food all over anything and everything. So I always save snackies for after, but that's just me. I don't think you can go wrong with ice cream pretty much at all. Ice cream is a win, unless you're lactose intolerant, in which case I feel very bad and I am sad for you. But I guess they have a lactose-free ice cream, actually, so I'm, you know, it ends up working out. But yeah, I find ice cream to be really messy, and I'm already, my desk is already nasty. We don't talk about it. It is scary in here. I am kind of gross. Okay, let me see here. I'll just start my own art school, guys. Just kidding. That's so much fucking work. I know a lot of animators that do that though. They're typically like on break or they are off contract, and then they'll go and like start like do their own like per class like master classes and stuff, but I find those less effective than like the alternative. Oh, Mr. Bubsy's being so patient. Okay, so I guess I'll just keep working on this next time. So that'll be next week. Tomorrow, we're going to be drawing Ami from Court of Snakes. So I'm very excited about it. They're fun. I like them. They're a silly Billy, and they don't know what's going on. I'm going to do probably like a Jamie Hewlett-inspired illustration, I think, for them. I really like Jamie's style a lot. And we'll just kind of hang. But I'm going to go ahead and dip on out of here. So I'll see you tomorrow. If you want to come, the launch of my backer kit is indeed tomorrow. So be sure to sign up for the launch. And if not, if you want more info about what's going on, you know, what the rewards are, you guys can ask me any questions about production time, when they're supposed to be shipped. You know, all of that stuff you can come and ask, but that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow, is mostly focusing on my backer kit launch. And I'm hoping to get this thing funded within 24 hours. So if you want to back it, I would be very honored. And if not, share it with literally everybody that you know. And I will see you all tomorrow. So, yeah, have a good evening. Bye-bye.